Have you ever felt like your mornings are a whirlwind, leaving little time to fuel your body for strength and success? If you're striving to build muscle and maximize your training, then you know how crucial it is to start your day right. Imagine waking up energized, knowing you're giving your body the nutrients it craves to thrive. Today, we're diving into 4 incredible hacks to boost your protein intake in the morning, simple yet effective strategies that can transform your routine and set you on the path to greatness. So grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and get ready to discover how these hacks can help you build muscle you've always dreamed of. Let's get started. Tired of feeling exhausted after training? Confused about how to fuel your body without all the food rules? Welcome to Female Sports Nutrition, where I'll help you fuel strong, build muscle, and perform your best, all while breaking free from diet culture. I'm Kristen, a sports dietitian, trainer, and Jesus lover, and I'm here to help you fuel with freedom. Lace up your shoes, grab that smoothie, and let's jump in. Are you a female athlete looking to elevate your performance through better fueling? I'm here to help you set meaningful goals and tackle the challenges you're facing in your nutrition journey. Join me for a free, no-obligation consultation where we will discuss your unique challenges and aspirations, explore personalized strategies to enhance your fueling, and identify the best services to support you in achieving your goals. This is your chance to gain clarity and direction in your nutrition journey, no strings attached. I'll drop the link below for you in the show notes. All you need to do is click to schedule your free consultation. Let's work together to fuel your success and empower your athletic journey. So out of the hundreds of females that I've worked with over the years, I see a trend that female athletes tend to participate in, which is under-eating on protein. Perhaps it's because they don't want to feel like they're having a heavy meal. It might be the perception of eating too much, or maybe it's that they've lost the taste for eating protein, or they never really had it in the first place. Whatever the case is, I find this to be especially true for female athletes and especially true for the morning time. So generally, people are going to eat way more protein at dinner than they would at breakfast, but our needs are actually going to be higher in the morning than they would be later on in the evening. So there's lots of reasons why you should consider increasing your protein intake in the morning, such as muscle recovery and growth. So after overnight fasting, consuming protein in the morning helps to kickstart muscle recovery and growth. And this is especially important after intense training sessions. Next up is sustained energy. Protein actually helps to stabilize your blood sugar levels and provide sustained energy throughout the day. So this is crucial for you who wants to maintain your performance in your training and your competitions, but also build muscle at the same time. It's also going to provide satiety. So if you eat more protein at breakfast, it can actually make you feel fuller longer because it takes a longer time to digest. And if you're trying to lose some body fat, this actually will help you in that endeavor. So if you're like me and you hate training while you are hungry, make sure that you are filling up on some protein, especially in your pre-workout meals or snacks. Protein is also going to help with enhancing your performance because this is going to provide your body with the necessary nutrients it needs for muscle repair and provide your muscles with a little bit of fuel during your workout session. Eating more protein in the morning is also going to help with making sure that you are eating enough protein over the course of the entire day. If you are really having a very low protein breakfast, you're really kind of setting yourself up for failure later in the day where you wind up eating not enough in the morning and then you wind up having to make up for the protein needs later on in the day, or maybe you don't make up for the protein needs at all, but you wind up eating too much protein later on in the day and your body actually can't utilize all that protein at one time, so it kind of goes to waste. Lastly, protein is going to help with hormonal balance, because protein can help support the production of hormones that are involved in muscle building and recovery, which is, of course, going to be very important for a female athlete. So at breakfast time, really should be aiming for 20 to 30 grams of protein at least, but it could be more depending on what your sport is, your training intensity, how tall you are, how much you weigh, your age, lots of different factors. If you are unsure of how much you should be taking in, this would be a great time to reach out to me. So this is something that I can help you with, and I can tell you exactly how much protein you need to be taking in over the course of the day and break it down for you over the course of the day. And if you're thinking 20 to 30 grams of protein in the morning, how in the world am I going to get that in? Let me tell you about the 4 hacks I have for you. Number 1 is to get in protein in your coffee or your tea or whatever hot drink that you're drinking in the morning. Most people are drinking some type of hot drink in the morning. So ways that you can do this is you can certainly do collagen. I will say that collagen is not going to be a complete protein, nor should you be having more than 10 grams of collagen in a day. So if you are going to have a good protein-rich breakfast, adding some collagen to your tea or coffee is perfectly okay. It's going to give you enough protein. If you're not going to have very much protein at your breakfast, then you want to consider having either a protein powder in your coffee or a protein drink in your coffee. Use it as your creamer or make it like a latte. So generally speaking, you don't want to put whey protein in a hot coffee or a hot beverage because it will clump and it's not going to be very appealing. So what you want to do instead is actually mix it up in a little bit of water. You're going to make like a slurry. So I just would take maybe like an eighth of a cup of water, the smallest amount of water I can really do to get that protein powder mixed in there. And I'm just using cold water or room temperature water. And I'm just mixing in my 1 scoop of protein powder with that little bit of water. And then I will pour that into my coffee. And the best part about that is I don't feel like I need any additional milk or sweetener then because the protein powder is going to do that for me. Now, if you are not a coffee or a tea drinker, but you like hot chocolate, I have another option for you. I've done this before and I've only done it with this particular brand of protein powder. So I can't speak to others, but I know that this one works. So Vega Sport is a vegan protein powder. And what I've done is I mix it with water and then I put it in a mug and I microwave it. And it makes it like this delicious hot chocolate in the morning. I love it. And I've gotten fancy with it where I've put a little bit of salt on top, or you can add a little caramel to it, whatever you want to do. But that is a great way to get in 20, maybe even 25 grams of protein, depending on how much protein is in your protein powder or your protein drink. Hack number 2 is cottage cheese. Cottage cheese, you can put in a lot of different foods to increase the protein content. Everything from pancakes to waffles into your eggs. I'll blend it up with my eggs. You can put it in muffins or biscuits. Yes, biscuits. I've done it before and they came out extremely fluffy. They were really good. And this will automatically increase your protein intake. And that's because a half a cup of cottage cheese contains somewhere between 14 and 15 grams of protein. So if you're adding a half a cup of cottage cheese to your 2 eggs, you now have 27 grams of protein. Normally, your 2 eggs are only going to give you about 12 grams of protein. So you're really going to be upping your protein content when you add cottage cheese to your eggs. And again, you may be thinking that's gross. I don't think I'm going to like that, but I promise you, you don't even really taste it. And I do find that if you bake your eggs, like make a breakfast casserole, for example, it's actually going to be even better than cooking it in a pan, because if you cook it in a pan, some of the water from the cottage cheese will come out and it will change the texture a little bit. But if you bake the eggs, it's completely fine. Hack number 3 is eat leftovers from dinner for breakfast. And you may be thinking, Kristen, what in the world are you talking about? Why would I eat last night's leftovers for breakfast? But here's the deal. We eat breakfast for dinner, so why can't we eat dinner for breakfast? And most of us are going to be eating more protein at dinner anyway. So instead of recreating the meal, see what I did there? Instead of recreate the wheel, I said recreate the meal for breakfast. You could just have what you had last night for dinner, because I know that you're batch cooking if you've listened to any of my other episodes and you have leftovers that you can eat. So you're going to be getting a higher protein meal because oftentimes we're going to be eating more protein at dinner. You don't have to cook anything for breakfast now because you already had it in your refrigerator and you can just consume that. And now you're getting the recommended amount of protein at breakfast. Now, if you're totally grossed out by this, you can ease your way into it. So for example, you can use maybe some leftover grilled chicken and throw that in with your eggs in the morning, or maybe some leftover steak, throw that in your eggs. So you have steak and eggs, for example, or I've done huevos rancheros where you have beans in with your eggs. You can start small and kind of work your way up to having a dinner type meal for breakfast. For me personally, it really doesn't bother me at all. So this morning I actually had ramen with chicken in it for breakfast and it was completely fine with me. Made it with bone broth, so I had even more protein in there. All right. Hack number 4 is split your breakfast in 2. If you feel like eating all that protein in the morning is just going to feel very icky to you, or you're going to be too full, or whatever the case is, you can split your breakfast into 2. So let's say you have your breakfast normally at 7 a.m. Then you can have breakfast number 2 at 8 or 9 a.m. So essentially, you're eating the same amount of food, maybe even a little bit more because you would typically have a snack 2 to 3 hours later anyways. And then that way you're not feeling like you have to eat this gigantic meal in the morning, especially if you're not much of a breakfast eater to begin with. If you're not much of a breakfast eater to begin with, definitely go with hack number 1 because it's a liquid and it's going to sit very light on your stomach and not super heavy. So let's recap here. Eating enough protein in the morning is crucial for muscle recovery and growth, sustained energy throughout the day, feeling satisfied and not hangry throughout the day, increasing your performance, and hormonal balance as well. So aiming for 20 to 30 grams of protein at least is where you need to be. Hack number 1 is having a protein powder or collagen or a protein drink at breakfast in with your hot drink, or make that hot chocolate that I talked about. Include cottage cheese is hack number 2. Number 3 is eat leftovers from dinner for breakfast. And hack number 4 is to split your breakfast into 2. If you are really struggling with figuring out how much protein you need to be getting in over the course of the day and how to even split that up over the course of the day, how to realistically do it, I urge you to set up a free, no obligation consultation with me, and I will drop that link below for you. Hey friend, if this podcast inspired you, encouraged you, or changed you, I would love for you to leave me a review and share it with a girlfriend who will find it helpful or inspiring. That is the best way you can thank me and help me share my knowledge so I can help more people just like you. I'm so thankful that you spent this time with me today, and I'd love to connect with you. Join my Facebook group, Female Sports Nutrition, or send me a DM on Instagram, or hop on over to my website, elitenutritionperformance.com. I'll see you back here next week.